Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas. So today we are continuing the story of Taylene, Nemena and Sister Nivea in our 17th episode of The Forbidden Lands, the game by Free League Publishing, Forbidden Lands. So what have we done so far? We are in the Dwarven prison still. We are still on the same day. We are beginning the third hour of this voyage into the prison. And we are just at the bottom level. We have just finished the fight with the Night Warg, where Nemena utilised the artifact that we have got, which is the Magdalene Sword. I think that's how you say it. Part of the Raven's Purge campaign. And we had dispatched that beast quite quickly. And now we are going to attempt to make our way out, as we now have an artifact. Of the prison and go back to the Hollows. So the next series of things we do is that. This is my scrappy picture. Do you remember me talking about my scrappy map drawing? But you know, we can all solo roleplay is the essence. I will be doing this. I think it will be tomorrow. The how-to video is what is solo role-playing. The essence is, I don't mention it in that, but basically we can all do this. In whatever level of creative skill set you've got, you can do this. So we've just cleared this area here. We had a bit of search. We found the map of the Stone Loom mines. We found a marking on the overland map as to where that is, which is over in the mountains further. So we are, where are we? We are here in this point on this map here. This is where the Stone Loom mines are, over in this way. So several, what would that be? That would be 1 day. That would be 1 day. That would be 2 days. So 3 days travel this way. There's something here as well. We can find out what that is. 3 days travel over here, but we will return to the Hollows, sell our stuff, and then maybe we can get the passage down the river. That might be an idea. Just thought of that. Maybe we can get passage down the river towards there's this settlement here, and we can try and explore that settlement and Stone Loom mines and see what's over that way. But first we need to get out of this dungeon. We are at the top of the hour. We had rolled for the encounter, and clearly there wasn't one because I've crossed that E out, which means there's not an encounter for this hour. We still have the lantern that will last for the whole of this quarter as we make our way out. So we will come back, and I've got notes here saying that we'll talk to the whiner. We will see some scribbles. It looks like some scribbles. I don't know what the person who wrote this was thinking. It's me, but I've got the word NPC disposition that I can see. So we will come back in, and Sister Nivea go, "Do you know what, loves?" Because she's got her nose cut off. "Do you know what, lads? I reckon we should talk to that thing in the corner, see what it wants, see if it's safe, see if we can let it out." So they can then make an insight check. Now there are some tables for NPC disposition. Now, are they in the main book, or are they in one of these? Here we go. Traits Oracle. So there are some traits that it might have. I mean, it's definitely going to be suffering a bit PTSD because it's been in this cage by itself. Maybe the NPC disposition is in this one. Any issues with your solo role playing or creativity that I might be able to help you with? You can send me an email, or stick it in the if you want it to be more open. Send me an email, and I'm more than happy to have a look and see if I can give you some advice on how you might be able to fix up whatever issues are happening, and if you're having problems solo role playing. Personal quirks. We could do personal quirks. No, personal quirks would be more for humanoid. Okay, so what it advises is we use the helpful hazardous table. If they are of the same kin, then you draw 2 and you use the most beneficial. If they are of an opposing kin, you draw 2 cards and you use the least beneficial. Otherwise, you just draw 1 card. Well, diviner is not going to be very helpful because it hates humans. So we will use the least of these to decide whether it is helpful or hazardous. Ace, it hates us. So it's not going to talk in any way, shape or form. So we could attempt to do an insight check, but we are going to need, if we're going to try and get it to talk, there's this one over here. I think it's in this one here. This one, social interactions. We are going to need, so if normally we would need 1 success, we're going to need 3 successes to actually get this Viner to talk to us. We're going to have to really convince it, give it food, give it, like, look after it really nicely. So Sister Nivea, and I think Sister Nivea and Taylene have got, Sister Nivea and Taylene have got insight. So no, Taylene doesn't. Sister Nivea, just Sister Nivea has insight. Sister Nivea has 2 insight. Sister Nivea is going to go over. Sister Nivea has 3 wits. She's going to go, it's all right, loves, we'll come talk. Does the other 2 have insight? No. What about manipulation? Nemena has manipulation, and Sister Nivea has manipulation. So maybe we'll do it as manipulation. Nemena will take a lead with manipulation and is going to attempt to go over. So we are going to say that Nemena has 1 for manipulation. Nemena has 4 for empathy. Sister Nivea can go over and give help. So maybe Sister Nivea is going to hide to the back of the cage. They are going to go across and try and give medical aid. So Sister Nivea is going to make Sister Nivea is going to make a first aid check. So she has a empathy of 3 and a healing of 4. She is going to attempt to do a healing check on it. She gets 2 hits. So she starts to tend to its wounds. Then Nemena is going to take advantage of that to try, and so that's why Sister Nivea can help. So Nemena is going to take advantage of that to try talking to it and finding out. So though Nemena is hardcore, she does have a high empathy. Empathy is a 2nd highest stat, and she also has 1 for manipulation. She doesn't have stuff for insight, but she can talk to people, so she can tell stories. So she is going to attempt to talk to the Viner and find out where it was going, what sort of thing it is. She needs 2 hits, possibly even 3. I don't think she's going to do it. She has no hits. She's got 2 1s on her skill, which means she can re-roll this and can try and push it. But that is going to potentially cause her to have empathy damage, and I don't think Nemena cares that much. So based on the fact that we've got this, I'm going to pull a card. If it is black, it is going to try and attack Sister Nivea as she is tending to it. Yes, okay. So it is going to do an attack roll against Sister Nivea to see if it's going to bite her. And I don't know, I don't think I am happy with them taking, so maybe, I don't know. I don't know whether I might have to rely upon the cards to make this decision, because the decision that I would instinctively make, Peter, isn't the decision I think these 3 adventurers would make. My decision would be more made within the, slightly left-leaning humanitarian viewpoint that I often come to things from. And I don't think these 3 and the life that they have led would lead them to those sort of realizations. To them, the Viner is another, and the other I don't think they would treat in the same way. As such, I might have to rely upon the cards for this. So we will have, I think it's in this book actually. Right, Viner. It has got a strength of 1, a melee of 2, and unarmed does 1 damage, I think. Unarmed doesn't give a plus. We can say, does it have a bone or something in there? Is there a bone or anything in there? So ready to yes. Yes, okay, so it's going to attempt to use something. We'll say it's been hiding a bone, it's got a +1. So that would be unarmed, but we're giving it a +1 and it's still got a damage of 1. So it's going to attempt to stab Sister Nivea. It gets 1 hit. It gets a hit. Sister Nivea is going to attempt to, let's see, well, she's got her armor, otherwise she will take 1 point of damage. and it has stabbed her, and she will then take a point of damage. I don't think she is gonna, so it's just the armor. So it's just her studded leather that they made her wear. So she's got 3 on studded leather. She doesn't have she does have move, but she might not be, she's tending to it. She might not be ready for it. Let's give her an insight check. She can roll an insight check, which is wits, and she has 2 for insight. If she gets a hit, then she sort of sees the signalling of it coming. No. Okay, she's caught unawares. So it's just her armor. 1 point of damage. And it doesn't block it. She takes 1 point of strength damage. And she will back out going, "Oi! Alright! Alright!" So she backs out of the cage and slams the door. This was whilst Nemena was talking, so she got distracted. Nemena would probably punch it. Oh, hold on. Oh no, there's the sword. And the sword will transmit rage. So the sword is an aggressive, rage-filled sword. I reckon Nemena needs to make an insight check, or Nemena might do it away. That I'm happy with, because Nemena would have to resist. She would, because if you go for rage, Nemena might just get really angry, draw a sword and basically do an attack against it. So she needs to make an insight check to not stab it. All 5s, triple 5s, but no 6s. Okay, so she doesn't succeed in that. She is going to attempt, so she will just draw the sword and stab it. So this is the Magdalene sword, which she also gets a D8 for. And she will just draw a sword and slash it against it. This might resolve the whole what we're going to do with it. It has 1 strength, so 1 hit point. Basically, this sword does a minimum of 2 hit points on a hit. It gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 hits there. Okay, I don't think a 4 counts as a hit. No, that needs a 6, so that doesn't count as a hit. So that does 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage against the Viner. The Viner has, we'll give it a dodge. So it's got 7 points of damage against it. 7. It will attempt to dodge out of the way. It has 3 for its agility and 3 for its move. Basically, it cannot dodge enough. It dodges 2 points of damage, doing 5 points of damage, and its head gets lopped off. Nemena goes into her rage state, where she begins to scream and charge against it, ramming it against the back of the cage. Sister Nivea and Taylene look shocked that that was her reaction to it, based on the fact that she's the empathetic one who was just talking to it. Taylene will then go up and make sure that Sister Nivea is okay, you know, pull a bit of bone out of her, and Nemena will try calming herself down. Make her make a wits roll. No, so she's still quite rage induced, and that is going to take, let's say that takes them about, that'll take 10 minutes of them doing that, then her being rage filled, and then Nemena will go back to being normal again and say, well, I suppose that's dealt with him. You can't trust these things. And they will just close the cage door and swiftly move on. This room here, this door here was unlocked and was a room. And what we're saying is we think this is where the orcs would be coming in and out. So something would be in there. Swiftly moving on, we will decide what is in here. So the room it's unlocked, and the door is untrapped. We know that because we've already checked that bit. We do know that the sword is going to glow if there's an enemy in there. Do you know, I've completely missed a bit on this table. Right at the bottom of this, it says items in the room. Roll a d6 for each room that the adventurers examine. On a result of a 5 or 6 means there is an item in the room. All this time going through, I did not read that at all, but we'll start doing that now. So, We need to know what's on the other side of this room. On the side of that door is a 4. A 4 is a room. So we roll once on the room contents table, which is these ones. So the room contents is a 2d6. So we go to open the door. Room contents 2d6. We have 7. 7 is there's nothing in the room. So we open up the door. We are going to say that so this is going to be a room. Are there any exits from the room? 2d6. 5 conveniently is no exits. Okay, so this is a room. The ceiling has caved in, like in some of the other rooms upstairs. We've got a cave in at the back of this room, but the cave in has caused the back of the room to crack, and there's some sort of tunnel network that leads outside of this room. That would lead into some caves where the orcs came from. And we will give them a chance to do some form of tracking, which would be scouting, which would be tailing. We'll do a scout roll, which gives her a 4 at the moment for her wits, and then she has a 2 for her scouting. Nemena also has scouting, so Nemena can assist. And they definitely see some signs that orcs have travelled through this part, and they can see signs that the orcs have travelled from this part here. Let's give that, so we've got 1 going in, 1 searching around, so that's like they spend half an hour in this room searching around. Now we will do the roll of d6. On a 5 or 6 there's something in this room that got left behind. No. So they've searched around this room here. This is definitely where the orcs came in. It's a bit caved in and dirty, which is probably why they set up camp in this part of the room down here. There's also this cell over here, which they haven't examined properly. We didn't roll a d6 for this. Let's roll a d6 for that bit. 5. All right, there's something in here. We're going to call that a cheap find. So because there were all those tools and oh no, we did roll because I said that there were no useful tools because it was rusty. So I must have done some form of check to see whether there was stuff in that room. I must have done. So we've got this bit here. There's this tunnel that leads outside into some caves that they've just walked down, which is why it's taken them half an hour to check this room. There's nothing in here but debris and rocks and sign that the orcs came through into this bit, and for some reason they closed the door behind them. So we will then track back round and we will check this locked door here. So it's a locked, untracked door. Can we get it open? And I think if there is, there might be something behind it, but it is locked. Okay, so it's a locked, trapped door. So we'll know it's untrapped. So it's not trapped. So can we get it open? So what we can use is we've got sleight of hands that Taylene has a 1 in sleight of hands. And she has an agility of 4. Her wits at the moment is also 4. So her agility at the moment is 4. Her sleight of hands is 1. She is going to attempt to see if she can get the door open using the stuff around her and basically unlock the door. Now, if she can't unlock the door, unless they're going to try and hack their way through, there's not a lot they can do. They might as well go upstairs where there was definitely some unlocked rooms. Taylene tries to unlock the door. Taylene, weirdly, succeeds at unlocking the door. So she spends some time, she's working away at it, and she's about to say, do you know, I know I've only just learnt this, but I don't think this is, and it goes click. We'll say that takes 15 minutes, which means that we're now on to the next bit. Is there an encounter? No. So what is behind this door? We have the type of room behind the door, D6. A 2 is some form of corridor. So there's a corridor leading out of there. So we want to know how many exits to this corridor are on this corridor. None. So this is, double one is definitely, there is no exits from this bit. So there's a locked, why would there be a locked door to a corridor with no exits? That makes no sense. A locked door leading to a corridor with no exits. Unless, because it was a prison and so far we've only found potentially 2 cells. Unless we will say that although there's no exits, we're going to put cells in here. So there's no exits, but this is a locked door is because there was cells behind here. And that's where they noticed that this door, although locked, had a sort of shutter thing on it. And there are cells in here. Now the question then is, are the cell doors open? No. Okay, so they're all locked. And the next bit is there something in this room? So on a 5 and 6, yes. Okay, so is it inside one of the cells? Yes. And the cells are locked. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no D4. So we will take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one has got some stuff in it. Now what is in here? So there we will roll on the contents. So we will ask, is it a simple carry, is it simple find or valuable? So is it simple find? Yes, okay. So it's going to be a simple, it's not going to be in a layer, so it'll be a simple carried find. So they are going to look in that room and what they see in the room, whites, 54, 54 is this bronze shield. There is a bronze shield inside that room. A bronze shield which is normal, which will take up a whole slot. It's probably worth, they reckon, so what's that, 15 copper pieces. It's worth 15 copper pieces. It's in the room. Why would it be in there? Maybe what they can see is the bones of a dwarf, as the dwarf has obviously retreated into that room, defending itself. There's scorch marks all around the end of this room. The dwarf locked itself in the room, and whatever what was it? It fell to demons, isn't it? Whatever the demons were that locked it in this room, then laughingly just left and locked the outer door as well. So it was then ended up trapped, and it would have been trapped and starved here. I think they're not going to bother getting that open to get that shield. They're going to leave it there, and then they will continue up the stairs and up into the second floor. That moving is going to take up an extra 15 minutes. And we're now up into the second floor. We had this unlocked door here. So that's unlocked. So the next question is, what's behind the door? So then we got a D6 here. Then we have a D6 for what is behind the door. A 3. A 3 is there is a room behind the door. So they'll listen to the door and they'll open it up. There's a room behind the door. How many exits from the room? 7. I can't remember what 7 is. 7 is 1 door. There is 1 exit from this room. So they open it up. There is a room, and there's an exit from the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's an exit for some reason opposite there. What is in the room? We do run one while on the room contents. 7 is there's nothing in that room. Spectacular. So there is some stuff in that room. Is it a simple find? Yes. So there is something in here which is a simple find. We will call this a layer simple find because the last one wasn't. And then we'll describe, so 35, we'll describe the room based on 35. There's a knapsack. I don't think Sister Nivea has a knapsack. Okay, so they enter the room. There is a table and a series of stuff on the table as though someone was trying to get ready to do a runner. A lot of the stuff has been scattered around on the floor. On the floor with the table. The only thing that seems to be functional is the backpack, the knapsack, which is laying around. I mean, I don't know whether it's going to help them to have a second backpack, really, to be honest. They've got a backpack. I don't know if Sister Nivea had a backpack, but we can assume that she has to have a backpack to carry the stuff in that she's got. So she's got a carry capacity potentially of 4 items because it's twice your strength. So we would assume that she's got a backpack, but she might not have a backpack because she did have the healing satchel. So now she's got a backpack. So we'll say she's got a backpack now. And that's what is in this room. The major thing in this room was that. Now this door here, we now need to work out, is this door locked or bad in any way? So Taylene is going to go up and check that door, which is a 1d6. It's a 3, which means the door is unlocked, but it's blocked. So something is blocking that door from the inside. We will give Taylene a sleight of hand check to see if she can unblock the door. She is going to need to get 2 hits to get this door open and to stop it being blocked, i.e. to cause whatever's wedging it to unwedge. Oh wow, she's got 3 hits. Okay. So it was blocked, and she goes, do you know, I think I'm getting the hang of this. And she grabs a piece of thin metal that she's been carrying, she's got, and she slides it under the door, and she goes, I think someone, so we're going to have to say that there's an exit in here, or someone used this room to hole up. Now someone put a wedge underneath the door, and she pushes the wedge out, and she undoes that door and says, okay, all right, let's have a look what's inside this one then. So we've got a d6, what's behind the door. A 2 is another corridor, isn't it? 2 is a corridor, so there's a corridor behind this door. And how many exits off this corridor? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gives us 1 exit off the corridor. So there's a short corridor. Is there anything in this corridor? 1, no. And we don't roll for contents. So another short corridor leads out of this that someone had blocked, and was 1 door at the end, so there's a door down here. Now I am going to say, I'm not even going to roll to see if it's blocked, because if this one is blocked, they would have blocked this one as well to try and hold people back. So whatever's behind here, they're trying to hold people back. So that one is also blocked. So Taylene will again see if she can get that open, and to be able to get out, get the door open from being blocked. And she can again. It's the same person. The person has tried exactly the same thing. They've wedged something underneath the door to try and stop it from opening up. There's a 6 on the other side. A stairwell. All right, stairwell. So the question then is, do the stairs go down or do the stairs go up? Because there might be, if the stairwell goes up here, so this went down, come across, the stairwell could come up to say something that leads behind. Oh, hold on, you might not be able to see. So if behind here there is a stairwell, so this opens up and there's a stairwell. If that goes up, that could then come up, because if no, that's that stairwell there. That there is that there. So if we're taking it, yeah, that might work. This coming across might be a stairwell that comes up somewhere behind this bit which was blocked. Now the question then with this is, does that go up or down? Is it going up? No, it goes down. All right, so that stairwell goes down. So do we have anything? So this is this one here, which is this one here. This caved in. We explored all this bit, so unless this goes down, is going to go down into a separate part. Maybe some more cells are down that way, if we went down that way. So that goes down. Oh, are they going to want to go down? What time is it? So that would be another 10 minutes, sorry, these are 15-minute increments, another 15 minutes. So we've got 2.5 hours of the day left, and then we need to exit. So I think, so that's down. Otherwise, they've got this locked trapped door. They know there's a trap here, and there's a locked door and a locked door here. So they've got 2 locked doors here. or they're going to come back over to here and then back round and come back out again. Which they could just come back round and come back out again. But they've got 2 locked doors, or they've got down these stairs down here. They're starting to get overloaded. So I'm going to say that we will take the highest of these 2. So basically they both need to be black. Are they going to ignore these stairs and just keep going? So if they're both black, then they go down the stairs. No, they're very much, yes, they're going to say, they get together, they're looking at the stairs, they're going, look, we're a bit overloaded now as it is. We're ready to start making our way out. I think it's best not to go down those stairs. And they're all going to look at each other. They're going to have a bit of a discussion. They're going to decide not to go down those stairs as it's not the time. So next, they come back round. They could, Taylene could try and get this door, unlocked door, unlocked and see if she's on a roll, as it were. So she's got 4 and a 1 for sleight of hands to try and get that door unlocked. She does it again. She really is on a roll. This one is locked. It clicks and this becomes unlocked. Okay. So what is behind? Remember, if there is anything bad, Nemena's sword is going to light up. They're all tensing and they're ready when they open the door. So that door wasn't trapped because we rolled for it, but it was locked. So we want to know what's on the other side of the door. A 2 says there's a corridor. So they open it up, there's a corridor leading down. Now we'll do how many exits from the corridor? 5. 5 is no exits. So we've got another set of cells like the ones that were downstairs. So there's another 4 cells from here. We'll go, we could see if they're locked. Each of these are locked, but they're not going to be trapped. So we'll just do a card pull. Are these locked? Yes. So these are all locked, and the next one is there any treasure in here? Yes. Okay. Is it, or let's ask, is it precious? Is there a precious thing in here? No. Okay. Is there whatever the next tier down from precious is? No. So it's a simple find. So there's something cheap and cheerful in here. So what is it? There's precious, valuable. This is simple. We will use a simple layer find. Greens. 16 is 4d6 of copper coins. So in one of the cells on the floor, there's a bunch of coins that laying on the floor. They were in a coin pouch. They can see the body of a prisoner, and there was a coin pouch which is split, and the coins are laying on the floor. 4d6 copper coins. 5, 10, 15. There are 17 copper coins in there. Taylene is going to see if she can reach in and get them. We'll make that a move roll. She has a 2 for her move and a 4 for agility. She's just going to see if she can reach in and get them. She can't reach in and get them, and she isn't going to push that. So she can't reach them. They decide, oh, don't worry about it. It's like 17 copper coins. So they've explored that part. 15 minutes, they move on. So they're slowly making their way out. So that was this bit here, some cells. This is locked and trapped. I'll ignore the locked and trapped, and Taylene will try and unlock the locked one. So we've got a 4 and a 1. She does it again. She unlocks it again, okay? That unlocks. So this unlocks. So the next thing we ask is what is behind here. A 3. Gives a room. There is a room behind here. Roll once on the room contents table. So there's a room, and inside the room is 5 is nothing. There's nothing in the room. So 5 and 6, there's some gear in there. No, there's nothing in there at all. So a room opens up. We'll say there's a desk there. Oh, would a prison back then, they would have to keep records, wouldn't they? They'd have to keep ledgers and logs and stuff of people coming in, people going out. and stuff like that, there would need to be an admin room. There would need to be a room for some form of administration taking place. So what we can say is this was the admin room. So there are some bookshelves and there are books, but it's all, so I'm going to say 2 cards. Are any of the books still in one piece? It is the worst of these 2. Oh yeah, some of the cards are still in one piece. So some of the cards, the books are actually in one piece. All right, they're going to spend, they're seeing some books on the shelves, maybe some of this. They're going to spend extra 15 minutes, which means there might be an encounter. Nope. They are now on, they've got 2 hours left of the day, and then they're going to need to start thinking about holding up. They are going to spend 15 minutes searching this room to see if they can find anything worth any money. If they get 2 hits, they can find some books that would be the equivalent of a valuable find. If they get 1 hit, so basically 3 hits is a precious, 2 hits is valuable, 1 hit it's simple. There we go, that's what they're going to do. So there we have Nemena has got scouting and help. Taylene has got scouting, so she can lead. Taylene's wits at the moment stands on 4. There's not much else that can happen, and Sister Nivea is just holding the light so they can see by. They get 1 hit. They're not going to push it, they get 1 hit. They find, I will roll for a simple find, and that is the amount. So simple find in a layer is what it's going to be worth. Greens, 43, 43, 4d6 in copper. So it's light to carry, and they reckon they could probably get about 18 copper. So they give Taylene, they give Sister Nivea old books, and they might be of historic importance for the area, and they can get 18 copper pieces. Did I roll 18? I think I rolled 18. They can get 18 copper pieces for these books. Because they must have an admin room, so that's that. There's this locked and trapped door on the other side. They're going to ignore that. Everything over. Oh, there was, what's this? This is also, that it was also a locked and trapped room. So they're not going to check that. They're not going to check that. They're going to come up, which we'll say is another 15 minutes. Then they're going to come through. This was blocked, so we'll say it takes them 15 minutes. So they're going to come out of here, up here, across. Yeah, 15 minutes or half hour to come around. They're moving slowly and carefully. How long have they got? We'll take half an hour. So they're going to slowly make their way along, and this is going to include Taylene trying to get that door open. This is just basically them leaving. I said it was going to be them leaving the dungeon. This is Taylene trying to get that blocked door unblocked. My Dickens, she gets it unblocked. Okay, so she's able to, because of everything that's been going on, the door, that door was blocked. I think I said something had fallen down in front of this door over here. So Taylene is able to move the door. She's got a bit more experience about how to do that after coming into here. She's moving that door around, and all of a sudden she can feel something collapse on the other side of the door. And so the door will now open. There is a, oh, what's the 6? A stairway. Okay, that, let's change that from down to up, because that would then lead to that stairway. So if through this door there is a stairway, we can say that stairway leads to here. Or we can say that that's that. Well, let's see if it's up or down. If it's up, we're going to say that it leads to a way get out and we can get straight out. If it's down, then we're going to say it ties to this stairway here, which kind of, you know, you have multiple stairways in these sort of places. So is the stairway going up? No. All right. So we're going to say that this one wasn't down, it was up, and that stairway goes down, and we'll go, I don't know, C. So they work out that these 2 stairways link to each other, and why these were blocked, heaven only knows. Who knows? Maybe at the top of this, maybe this was blocked by the same sort of way, because that would work, wasn't it? Blocked, blocked, stairwell, stairwell, and in here, in this bit here, they are going to find a body. It's the highest of these two. Is it a precious find? Yes. Okay, so they find a body in the stairwell, which then solves the puzzle, the mystery of why that was all blocked. Precious find, we will say, because this is basically the last thing they're going to find, because there is nothing else and they're just out after this. Precious find. And so what we'll do is we'll make them go out, we'll end the day, we'll do their setting up camp, their overnight, and then I think that would probably wrap up the session, those two bits. So first off, we've got a precious find in a layer, because we'll call it in a layer. Greens, 13. 13 is a D6 gold, 2D6 silver, and 4D6 copper. So 6 gold. So this is the chief of the prison. They can tell from the stuff that they're wearing. 9 silver pieces and 4D6 copper pieces. 10 copper. Who's carrying the money? Taylene seems to be carrying the money. All right, so we've got 6 gold. So they've got gold. Okay, so that is there is a body of a dwarf wearing good armor. We can say that this is stuff that they would take off the body in not just raw money, but also in stuff, which then completely fills their capacity. And we will consume the rest of the time. So that I feel then more complete in why that was done. That will take them half an hour. We'll give them one last roll for an encounter in here. Not that dice, this one. Nope. And they leave. Evening. They come out. They move away from the entrance. Maybe they're going to take their crowbar. So we're going to have Nemena make a might roll to get the crowbar off and let the door come slamming down. So the door is no longer open. So she's got 3 for her might. So I don't know if you remember, but the entrance to the prison was a gate that had closed down, and they'd forced it up and wedged it with one of the crowbar things that they'd sort of made. She will utilise her brute strength, and the crowbar gave a 1d6 to attempt to get that out and put a slam down. She gets 3 hits. 3 hits is enough for not only does she get it out, but there's no risk of hurting anyone. Everybody's on the outside. They leave the prison. They declare the prison done. The evening is starting to come up as they are going to move across to where they camped last time, which wasn't in that horrible field, and they are going to attempt to set camp and watch, and then we'll do a roll as well. So setting camp is going to be a scouting roll. Nemena has quartermaster, so it automatically gets +1. Nemena has helping, which is 1. Taylene leads with her scouting, which is 2. They do have that wolf pelt, which is 1, and Taylene has a wits of 4 at the moment. This is setting camp. They need at least 1 hit to be able to sleep the night peacefully. So 1 hit, they set camp, and then at the same time, Nemena. Well, Taylene, they can keep watch at the same time. So they've got 2 for scouting for keeping watch, 1 which is Nemena, and then we've got the 4. This is keep watch at the same time. We have 1 hit, which is good for the watch. And then we need to actually do our, I think it's the general, isn't it? This is a general encounter, is if they've not moved anywhere. Anthony has, or draw for a general encounter if keeping watch over a camp. So general encounter. So we turn this card if it's any form of encounter. So this is what they're setting up camp. If there's any form of sort of aggressive encounter, we'll do that next session. 3 of diamonds is no encounter. So they're setting up camp. The night comes in. So we would have night. Who is going to sleep first? Who keeps watch? Taline has taken. Taline and Sister Nivea have taken damage. Nemena has taken no damage. So Nemena is going to sit and keep watch, which would be the end of the end of day for her slashed mouth. So Nemena keeps watch by herself. Nemena has a wits of 3 and a scouting of 1. So we've got night. Nemena keeps watch. And I'll roll this and then I'll show you. Oh, hold on. That's one of the things I've talked about, which is the dice hiding here and I can't see it. And then I see it in editing and I think, oh man, people are going to think you're cheating on purpose. But I'm not, I just can't see it. So scouting of 1, a wits of 3. She gets 1 hit, luckily for us. So, how do I journal this? I say, morning, scout, 1 hit. Day, da-da-da-da-da-da. Evening, set camp, 1 hit. Watch, 1 hit. Nemena, keeps watch, 1 hit. That's all I do to journal this. The rest of the journey is me talking and remembering what I said, and I record it in this. So you don't have to write a novel to solo roleplay. You can just keep brief, scrappy little notes, draw pictures. You can draw pictures to remember what happened, and just, so I find saying it out loud helps me remember. And the reason I started recording these is because I was sitting playing by myself, talking out loud, and it's hard to talk out loud, but when I'm talking out loud explaining it, I'm pretending you're there, and it's like I'm DMing for you, but I'm not actually, I'm DMing for me, but I talk out loud, but because I'm talking to a camera, I'm all right with it. So, we had no encounter, keeping watch. That is the end of the 10th of Spring Rise. We are in the morning of the 11th of Spring Rise. We will do the 11th of Spring Rise. We will find out what happens for the morning of the 11th of Spring Rise, where we will have Taline will keep watch with Sister Nivea, and Nemena is going to sleep. So Taline is keeping watch. I don't think Sister Nivea has scouting, so Sister Nivea can't help. So it's just Taline. Although Taline's wits are back, Sister Nivea's strength is back. Her dice pool is fine because she didn't use any spells yesterday. There was no call to. So we have Taline, who has a wits of 5 at the moment, and she has a scouting of 2. Taline is going to attempt to keep watch. She could use Nemena's sword to let her know that something bad is coming, but Nemena won't let her do that. We get no hits. So if they do pull something out of this bit, they are surprised by it. And then we will pull the card, which is another general encounter. A 7 of hearts. Where's the book? A 7 of hearts is no encounter. So we need to, next session, we need to do XP and head to the Hollows. We will just, on the last thing we will do is we are going to do the weather, because we need to shuffle these cards. Oh no, we shuffle the cards and then we'll do the weather. So, shuffle the cards, new deck, put it back in the thing for the next session. But, first thing, what's the weather like? It's 2 of diamonds. We are in, what season are we in? Spring Rise is, it's cold weather, so we've got a 2 of diamonds. A 2 means it's a light breeze. It's a red suit, there is no wind. We could pull a second card. So we've got light breeze, no rain. Let's see what sort of cold it is. Second card, did we pull a second card? Right, it's snow in winter, so it's no snow. And we've got a 9 of diamonds. It's mild weather, it's mild card, cold, and it's not that cold, so it's mild temperature. So it's a nice day. And this is the day that they will be heading back to the Hollows. And that is where we will leave them, heading back to the Hollows, where they will spend some time and then set off towards Stone Loom and those mountains. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you haven't as of yet subscribed, but you've watched all of this video, I am very grateful for you for doing so. Please consider subscribing and you can see more of my storytelling. Thank you so much to the Adventurers Guild for all of your support. If you would like to also join the Adventurers Guild to support the creativity of this channel, you get additional videos behind the scenes. So for example, at the moment I'm writing a GME for Lancer, my play testing for the AI routines. I'm recording those and they are members only videos. You can join the channel. Beyond that, we will rejoin our adventurers as they sell their stuff and get themselves equipped to go out to bigger and better things next session. Have an awesome time. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.